Hello and welcome to another episode of Seen and Heard, an entertainment interview podcast where I sit down with actors, filmmakers, musicians, performers, theaters, creators of all kinds who make entertainment happen. I am Jim Hagan, and today I am joined by Trip Elliott, a self-described multimedia artist. We talk about acting, assistant directing, balloon animals, and just how to be a great guy. If you'd like to be a guest on the show or you know someone whose story deserves to be heard, I want to hear from you. You can reach me at podcastseenandheard@gmail.com. Or you can find Seen and Heard on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, or your favorite podcast app. You will find all of those links in the description. And if you enjoy this show, please like, subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who loves entertainment. Now, let's get into this conversation with Trip Elliott. All right, good. So we're recording now, which is a weird thing that I say when we're recording, but that is what's happening.
I love it.
How you doing, Trip?
Happening.
Good.
How you doing?
Hey, so first question I ask everybody is, how do we know each other?
We know each other through a writing group meeting that was held, I believe, Sarah Glover was the one that hosted it over at Beer Barrel, and that's how we met.
About a year and a half ago.
Yeah, it was about a year and a half ago.
And
kept up communications here and there every now and then, but also just seeing each other in random places has been the best.
To be honest with you, I'm a terrible friend. Like, don't be my friend. I do not text. I do not call. I am terrible. But when I see you, I get excited. So it's not that I don't want to. It's just I don't think of it, which is a terrible thing for someone to say.
No, life is lifing. I mean, you got to just embrace it.
Right.
So you don't have to be necessarily on your phone all the time. It's hard to be genuine via phone conversations and phone friendships.
It can be. So, what do you do? Who are you? I know you as an actor because I've seen you perform in Van Wert. That's about it. I know you do a bunch of other stuff though.
Yeah. I feel I'm a pretty multimedia artist. I like to consider myself. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've got my day job, which that in and of itself is pretty cool. I get to, I'm a fire extinguisher inspector. So I get to go around different businesses in the background, make sure everybody's safe. But once that clock's off, I'm mainly an entertainer of sorts. Right. I love acting, as you said. Mm-hmm. I love getting up on stage and becoming a different character, and more for the other actors on stage. You know, we're having that moment. And don't get me wrong, good. I am very glad that there is an audience there to witness all the hard work that we have done. But when it all boils down to, I am doing it for everybody else that's on that stage, and that's very enjoyable and very fun for me. But it's a great feeling, you know, being up there and working so hard on the craft. But I've actually recently started flipping my hat around, and I'm in the assistant director chair for All My Sons, a production coming up, directed by Sarah Glover at the Encore Theater in Lima. And I'm pretty excited to start getting my way into that role. I have worked crew before. I've also done a little bit of directing, but for short films, mainly acting throughout my life, but a very hard passion for wanting to direct as well.
Sure. So you've never directed theater before?
No, I have not directed theater yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. I thought about it, I don't know, about a year or so ago, and I kind of not gave up on the idea, but it just doesn't fit my, I don't know. But I just love performing. I mean, being the director, believe me, is a very important job. But if I can nail a monologue and just feel the audience,
that is a very good feeling. It really is. Yeah. And there's very good moments for a director as well, especially the moments that I've done like short films. I've being able to capture that scene or envision something and then literally block it in such a way and manipulate the camera in such a way, or doing effects exactly how you envisioned it, and then you get to the editing room and you're able to actually pull that whole bit out, and now it's exactly how you had seen it in your mind, or as close to as you feel that you're able to do it. And that's just like nailing that big monologue, for me at least, because
it feels good.
I mean, you're finding that moment, and I'm positive that once I am able to direct a stage play, that I'll have those, I'll see those. There's already some plays that I would love to be able to do, and there's certain moments and certain scenes that I can see how I would be able to work that, and how cool that would be to be able to bring that through other actors, and encourage other actors to kind of work with the vision that I'm seeing to give the best entertainment to an audience. Man, that's going to be a very satisfying feeling.
Yeah, I can imagine. See, my worry with directing is twofold, I guess. Like, I don't want to cast anybody. I don't want to tell anybody, no, I don't want you in my show. But once they're but once they're in the show, I don't know if I would be directing as more as teaching what I know about acting. And trust me, I'm no expert. I've just been doing it for a while, and I don't claim to be whatever, but I know what works for me, and I know what makes me feel comfortable, and I feel like I could help other actors do that. Now, that's not necessarily directing, but I feel like I could help other actors do that sort of thing.
I mean, you can be a consultant without being a director.
Well, right.
I mean, there's multiple areas of, theater alone, but I mean, as far as, you and I have discussed film a little bit in the past, and yeah, through film, I mean, they encourage to have acting consultants so the directors don't have to talk to them.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's been a thing.
Not few, but I've been on enough film sets to know that the film acting and theater acting are obviously different.
There's a lot of differences because of especially content and what you're given on a certain day, how long you're expected to know something and work on something. But I think the one really neat thing, as far as what I'm seeing, is directing behind a camera and directing on stage. Now, don't get me wrong, I haven't been able to direct my own thing on stage. This is my first time being an assistant director. I have, however, sat in crew on sets before, and I've observed the direction, and there are quite a lot of good similarities between the better ones that I've seen. And you mentioned about casting. That is an extremely hard thing in both areas, both medias. Most recently with All My Sons, Sarah gave me the task of assistant director to reach out to everybody that we had decided on casting, and also reach out to all of those that we weren't able to fit into the cast, regardless of whatever the reason. And luckily for me, being the first time doing that, there was very decent reception from all around. And basically everybody that was there at the audition, most everybody, wasn't necessarily new. So when they got an approval or a rejection, I mean, it was very, both ways were handled very maturely. And it was very satisfying for me because I got to be honest, my nerves were up very high, especially to talk to some people that I've worked with, people that I've been wanting to work with.
Yeah.
And either having to, tell them, hey, I'm sorry, we weren't able to get you into this set, this casting yet. But I'm eager very greatly to work with every single person that I both cast in the show and didn't cast in the show. I don't think, watching all those auditions, I believe there were, close to 30 auditions, and there wasn't a single person that went up on that stage that I was like, I don't think I would want to be on a show with them. I mean,
Right.
every single one, even those that I've been in shows with, I'm like, yeah, it's going to be cool to be in with them again.
And that's a great turnout, 30 people. And especially for a show like All My Sons, which isn't like it's
10 roles.
It's a drama. Yeah. It's heartfelt. There's funny parts, but it's not a comedy. It's not a slapstick. It's not a musical.
Yeah.
That's what I would think people would go out for. So it's encouraging to see so many people auditioning for a show like All My Sons.
Yeah. It was. I mean, honestly, we had a talk that, I mean, with just the turnout, the first night, we had 2 nights of auditions, and the first night, just with that turnout, if we had to, we could have cast most of the show.
Wow.
And it was just very surprising for us to have gotten such a reception like that. And that shows big things about Encore Theater and that venue of others, because I feel like some of those actors were just very excited to be in a production and to be back within the family that they've been able to establish via the Encore. It's not what I've noticed in doing, because I just did Cold Radio Whitefish Bay, directed by Paul Briggs, it was fun to do.
Sure.
Phil Olson is the director, for those of you watching, if you want to check out that play. It was actually kind of felt like a 80s sitcom style, set in Minnesota, but no, like what I could feel even doing that show was that the people at the Encore are very excited to see each other. Yeah. And regardless of the fact that we're all actors, or we're all into theater, so obviously drama is a big part of our lives, whether we like it or not, that it felt like all of that was able to be set aside, and this very comfortable blanket of just being there for theater was appreciated by everybody that I had the pleasure of being on the cast of Cold Radio with.
Yeah.
And I could really tell that seeping over into the auditions of All My Sons. I mean, those that showed up, I mean, you were bringing up like it's a drama. I mean, a noted drama in sense. Those that are theater people know about it. Those that aren't theater people have at least heard of Arthur Miller. I'm just really excited to see that in a community theater.
Right.
And because that kind of stuff is very much needed.
Sure. Yeah. Going back to Cold Radio, you won an award at the season end the season end banquet there, didn't you?
I did. You were talking about, All My Sons being a drama, and not a comedy or not a musical. Yeah, Cold Radio was a comedy, but it was a complete unknown comedy. I had not one clue what I was getting myself into.
Right.
When Paul Briggs texted me up and said, "Hey, I'm gonna direct my first show, or I'm gonna direct Cold Radio at a Encore. These are the audition dates." I'm like, all right, let's go. And when I got cast, I mean, it was great. It was fantastic. And just reading through the whole thing, talking about its people. I mean, it was very obvious. Very few people knew this play at all, had ever heard of this play.
I had never heard of it either.
And with the cast, I understand that, I got a Barney from Encore. But when it's all said and done, it was really that cast that really pulled it out. I mean, like, I was very happy to have been able to, like you were saying, like, study those lines and memorize that monologue. And I was very, very appreciative of the fact that I've had that training to be able to do that, and to be able to provide that for that star-studded cast that was on that set. Because I'm not a veteran in theater. I mean, I did theater when I was a kid. I started off, I did youth theater here in Vanmar at the Civic Theater. And I was in a couple shows. Then in high school, I was in a few shows through the high school.
Right.
Did one show or a few shows when I was in college, but like one major show. And everything else was kind of just like project in a way, but it was still theater. You know, we still had an audience.
Right.
And, but I got back I hadn't done anything really since 2009. And I got back on stage in 2024.
Oh, very recent.
With doing A Christmas Carol. Yeah. Deb Fall cast me in A Christmas Carol up at Civic Theater. I felt the urge. I wanted to go back. I wanted to give it a shot. And they told me that there was Christmas Carol auditions. And I was like, all right, sure, I'll do that. And, it reignited that flame, and I was extremely happy to be back within that setting. I did one more show at the Civic Theater. I did Ordinary People, which was directed by Sarah Glover, who will be doing All My Sons. And so that's how we were able to meet. And it just, that drama and what she brought out in me, that really cemented that I need to stay with theater. I need to continue to work with theater, because this is definitely something I'm needing.
Sarah's a very good director. She's got a passion for theater as well. And it shows in her work. Yeah. She's very good.
Her and I will be talking about things, and she'll just start talking about like a show as if her and I, or is like, she either had just given me a bunch of material of whatever show that she is now currently talking about, or that show is just absolutely so common in her mind that everybody has seen it. And I've dipped my feet finally into the pool that is theater. I haven't necessarily dove in yet. So right. I'm still very ignorant of a lot of things. And I make sure she knows. I'm like, oh, is that a play? You know, or I'll be talking about some movie, because I love film. And she'll start talking about some Broadway version of it, or a musical of some sort. And I'm like, of course that's a musical. I was literally just talking about the movie. Right. So yeah, it's going to be very fun to work with her. But coming off of Cold Radio and a comedy into the drama is it's a shift. You know, I'm actually kind of glad I'm not up on that stage. I'm not so envious of the actors. I'm going to be happy to sit back and observe and learn.
Right. So you're new to theater, but you've done film in the past.
Yes. Yeah.
You've done you've done music as well. So you were in bands?
Yeah. I used to be in a few bands in college.
So this isn't the thing anymore.
No. I took a really big hiatus from a lot of areas of art for about 15 years, about 13 to 15 years. And that was just, I mean, I got to a point where I didn't know where it was going to go, and not to get too crazy personal on it, but I basically kind of gave up on that side of me. Wanted to conform to social norms. Got a job at a factory, got married, had 2 kids, and don't get me wrong, I absolutely love my kids, but it took a big wake up call for me to realize that I was not able to give them. I wasn't able to give them the best me, because I wasn't being me. I was being what society wanted a person like me to be.
Sure.
So once I finally started shedding that and getting back into the arts, man, it's really opened up my world. And I can't say that I regret that time away, but I am definitely coming in, swinging back into the art world and multimedias Um, I mean, yeah, I do. I've been a musician. I am a musician. I do play. Um, a friend of mine jam out every now and then over at his house. I I play a little bit of bass, a little bit of guitar. I try to sing. Most people tell me to stop. Um, play a little bit of trombone, uh, harmonica, just
All right.
random stuff, whatever I can find. Omnitone,
I can
but
play the radio. But don't bum. Anyway,
what was that?
I can play the radio.
There you go.
Ah,
But no, I also paint. I love painting and acrylic mainly. I haven't really gotten into oil painting yet. I'm looking forward to doing that at some point. But I do I draw um, and I do balloon animals, which is another really fun thing. Expressing art in various ways and being able to just hand out little smiles that you're able to just make out of air.
tell me about
And
twisted art. Is that what encompasses
oh,
all of this?
yeah. Well, Twisted Art is an entertainment company that I've been getting going, and it's a basically I say entertainment company, but that's because I guess I don't have enough people in it, and it's not cemented fully enough to call it the entertainment community.
It is.
Is
As
what I
long as you've
really,
got it and you've got the idea and you're moving forward, it is
yeah,
legitimate and there's no sense you
it is.
doubting yourself. Get it done, man.
Oh yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
definitely. And I guess my thing with it is Twisted Art is an entertainment, like I said, an entertainment community. And what I need for other artists that are going to be within it, they need a solid foundation. I could rush things, I could push them, quicker. But one thing that I've really found when it comes to trying to go against the grain, I guess, of the universe and how things are supposed to go, um, you tend to overlook things. You tend to cut corners in order to get things done.
Okay.
So I've been really getting there. I've got right now I've got 9 artists that work with me, and the art, the entertainment art that is done ranges anywhere from balloon twisting, as I was talking about a second ago, face painting, henna work, caricatures. I've got a couple caricaturists. I've got puppeters, a ventriloquist guy that's part of Twisted Art, and he is absolutely amazing. Mimes, stilt walkers,
Come on.
um, man, and that's just, I guess, small bits of the performance entertainment
Right.
side of Twisted Art. The other side are us going to vendor markets, going to festivals, and yeah, displaying some of that face painting and balloon twisting and stilt walking and whatnot, but also incorporating in those that are photographers and are selling their really nice snapshots that they've been able to take or set up or actually one of the photographers that we have he has his own photo booth that he can bring along so you can get a really nice commemorative photo of the event that you're at.
Wow.
We have other painters besides myself. We have other crafty people that will come to the market, share their wares. And that's one stipulation whenever Twisted Art does a vendor market or a festival, there's always always 3 or more artists at a booth. And that's just to a little bit of security and also just kind of cutting down that cost. Because some of the vendor markets are stupid pricey for
Sure.
absolutely no reason other than just they
Yeah.
know that the vendors are going to pay it. And one of the scary things that I've done being a vendor is having to pay that upfront cost in order to go to that festival and then wonder if I'm even going to break even from that cost.
Yeah.
Let alone all of the costs that it took for me to make what I do. And like I make trip clips, bracelets, hemp bracelets, and necklaces like this one here. And yeah, I
So you're not only
Yeah.
you're not only creating the art, you're facilitating it. You're kind of the you're the which a lot of artists have a hard time
ringleader.
doing. And I'm not saying that
Yeah.
that is a derogatory thing. I'm just saying there's a different mindset to creating the art than there is to actually booking it and getting it done
Yeah.
and making sure people are
Yeah.
covered.
Well, I love sharing art. I love sharing art. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I love sharing my own art, but I really love sharing other people's art. And for instance, I've got uh, tattoos all over. And I always go to, other than recently, I've recently been going to the same artist because she's pretty good. But I've got multiple different works by multiple different artists because I love to show their art style. And including, I was talking about my kids, I've even got their drawings on tattooed on me
There you go.
because, like I said, I love sharing art, regardless if it's mine or somebody else's.
Sure.
And so being able to do something like this and have I've been involved in enough performance entertainment companies to understand that what an artist truly needs is a comforting foundation, like an artist that is unsure, or even an artist that has like maybe more confidence than I do, which it doesn't take much. But they 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 really need, I don't want to say affirmations, but they need to know that what they're doing is appreciated and
And
wanted,
worthwhile. Yeah.
worthwhile. It's not just, like, don't get me wrong, you get some artists that are just stuck up in their own head, and they're doing whatever they're doing for themselves, and that in and of itself is beautiful and can be.
Right.
But when it all boils down to, if the foundation that is underneath what you're building with your own art and trying to either sell that art or share that art, if the foundation is wobbly or cracked, or something is pulled out from under it, it's hard to maintain the balance properly, both with your art and your mental well-being.
Yeah.
So a lot of what I've found is a lot of artists just say, I'm out. I'm done. I don't want to deal with this anymore. And that
Right.
sucks. That's hard. That's hard to watch, especially for somebody that you see is talented. So despite the fact that I have very little value in money, which is not a good concept for a business owner, that's why I don't want to consider it a business. I want to, and I know that I can create a very solid foundation, built on respect, and honesty, and love,
Good.
and which is cool. So I want to be able to assist artists along their way, and yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, they promote themselves also. They set their own rates and all that. So yeah, it's
That's fantastic. I mean, just
thank
to
you.
have somebody there to help them feel comfortable has got to feel great.
It's the least I can do because
Right.
honestly, I end up spending a lot just buying their stuff. So, but
So I got a small story about
I'm
a
here.
week or so ago, or 2 weeks, maybe it was a month ago. I don't remember. My memory is worse and worse the older I get. You, me, and a whole bunch of other people were out at a karaoke night,
Okay.
and we're all having a good time.
Yeah.
And then the woman I'm dating, she bends over and she's like, "Look at Trip," and you were over there twisting balloons for people that I'm pretty sure you didn't know.
No. No.
And we just thought that was pretty funny. But you were having a great
I
time,
appreciate
and
it.
they were having a great time, and
Oh, of course.
that was twisting
Yeah.
balloons. I don't know. It just seemed odd to be doing in the middle of a karaoke place.
In the middle of a bar. Yeah. and for adults. I think there were kids there. Like
Yeah,
there
I
were
think
some,
so.
like there
Yeah,
was
there
one
weren't many.
table of kids, but I started twisting the balloons for them because I mean they were having a decent time watching people do karaoke, but I had balloons on me. Why not? But then right while I was doing those balloons, there was a table of like just literal adults.
Yeah.
I think the youngest probably in their late 40s looked at me and they're like, "Hey, can we get balloons when you're done?" It's like, "Yeah, sure."
And you
Um,
just had them on you.
well, that goes back to a quote that I heard from Oscar Wilde a while ago that I've really been implementing hard into my life, and that's the smallest action is worth more than the grandest intent. And there's
Yeah.
been so many times where I've been in a situation where I've thought, oh man, if I could, help that person out, or that kid looks really bored, but I'm just gonna live my life. I'm just gonna do my thing. That meant absolutely nothing to that kid. Don't get me wrong. You may be like, "Oh, I was such a good person for thinking that way," but you did nothing. There was nothing different from when you entered, Um, so I've got, I've acquired a skill of being able to twist balloons. Actually, I just learned how to twist an axolotl, and that made my 90th design that I know now by muscle memory off the top of my head. And so if I have that, if I've taken the time to do that, I've got all of these balloons already. Why not just fill a little bag and take it around with me? I'm already carrying a bag. I carry like a duffel bag. Used to be a backpack, but it started getting a little heavier. And like 90% of everything that's in that bag is for other people.
All right.
So just in case, you
Yeah.
need a Band-Aid, got you a Band-Aid. Need
All
some
right.
aspirin, I got you.
Okay.
And, but
Well, along the lines of balloon animals, we're going to
yeah.
take an ad break. Now, the thing is, most big podcasts, they have ad breaks because they have sponsors and whatnot. I don't have sponsors. So what I'm going to do, and this is all in there, none of this is cut out. I'm going to put something in the chat, and I want you to read it in your best announcer voice.
Ooh.
And it's supposed to be fun, so don't take it too seriously.
You got it.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by the Balloon Animal Adoption Agency. Every year, thousands of balloon dogs are made at birthday parties only to be forgotten by the time the cake is served. They didn't ask to be twisted into this life. They just want someone to take them home. So, the next time you see a lonely balloon monkey sitting on a folding chair after the party, don't just walk away. Give it the love it deserves. The Balloon Animal Adoption Agency. Because every balloon deserves one last smile before it pops on the ride home.
I approve this message.
I do too. Take your balloon animals home, kids.
Take 'em
Kids
home.
of all
Don't
ages
leave 'em.
too. I just two Saturdays ago, I made a balloon flower for a 100-year-old little girl.
No kidding.
100%, sir. So the next time that I am out and about doing balloon animals at an event and some kid asks for a sword and then I ask the dad, are you wanting a sword too? And he goes, "Oh no, I'm too old for that." I'll have to make sure to remind him that he looks very good to be over 100 years old.
Okay. You mentioned that you are an open book. What is your best entertainment story, and what is the worst? So I want the best and the worst story that has to do with while you're entertaining. I don't care if it's music or balloons or even if it's just booking something.
I've got one. So keep it on the balloon twisting. I was working through a company out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, and we were hired to do a fall festival. I can't exactly remember where. I think Shenandoah, maybe, somewhere in Indiana. And it was a fall Halloween festival, and I'm standing there doing balloons. And I think at this point I had just started doing balloons in June, and this was maybe end of September, beginning of October.
Okay.
So I mean, I wasn't that far away. I've been doing balloons now for 4 years. But so at this moment, I'm standing there. I made this one girl a balloon cat. She wanted a black cat.
Cat. Okay.
The woman behind her had a baby stroller, and she asked me. She said, "My daughters went that way. I just saw you make her a black cat. Could you make me 2 black cats?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." So I'm twisting up my balloons, and she just kind of looks at me and she goes, "Oh, can you give me 1 second?" She leaves her baby
Oh no.
in the baby stroller right there beside me and just takes off and heads over to some other venue. Then, like, literally walking away, or not venue, vendor area,
Right.
literally walking away. She does not see me. And then I couldn't see her for a second. And I'm just twisting these balloons, staring at this baby. Nobody else is around.
Oh
And
man.
it's just you and me, kid. Like, I guess I'm a babysitter right now. And I was able to twist 2 balloon cats by the time that mother came back. And I was not that adequate and fast at doing them yet. So
Right.
it was a ways. It was a time.
That is
And
crazy.
she comes back and then just continues on a conversation as if her and I have known each other for years. And I was there the day her child was born. And, like, I'm so familiar with this. And then she took her balloon cats and went off. And I was just absolutely stunned and amazed at, I don't know, either the comfort level or the audacity of that mom.
Yeah.
But like I said, I've been doing balloon animals for 4 years. That was almost 4 years ago when that happened, and I'm still thinking about it. To me, it was ludicrous. Absolutely.
That's insane.
But it's pretty funny. And what I found out later is a friend of mine that was working through the same company had actually caught the whole thing on her phone. And she was like a little ways down, and she was filming me just to help with media for the company, and got that whole interaction. It's about like a 9-minute video, and she's only in there for probably 30 seconds of it.
Right. At the beginning and the end.
Yep. It's pretty funny.
Wow.
But you said worst.
Well, I don't want you to like tell bad tales on someone, but is there a a bad funny story? I guess is what I'm looking for. Like, I guess, well, that was pretty bad. The mom left.
That was, yeah, that was a little bit of both. I'll tell you, also through that company was really awesome at everything that they were able to provide, other than the ownership.
Okay.
I'm going without saying the name of the company for multiple reasons.
Sure.
But when it's all said and done, it was a very disappointing thing to have gone through, because it really sparked a lot of that flame in me to work on that in that kind of entertainment. And in my eyes, I think it was a wrong move, for them to be in the area that they're at, with the mindset that they have. But a really, really, really neat moment was, they had dinosaurs there at that company, and it was the full puppeted, full immersion dinosaur. And I used to be able to do a raptor, and
As a balloon?
No, it was I was inside this
Oh,
giant,
a costume character sort of thing.
costumed raptor, and
Okay.
I think it was like 13 feet from nose to tail, from the end of the tail. I mean, it was a long raptor.
Yeah.
And I'm inside, and basically I've got these handles that I'm using to puppet the head, move the head, and I'm able to walk the legs, and it's all zippered up so you can't see that there's a person inside of it. Um, a lot of really fun moments in that I was able to watch via camera, because there was a camera at the end of the nose
Right.
of the raptor that I could see what
Oh, I see.
the raptor
Monitor
was seeing.
inside. Yeah.
And but one of my absolute favorite moments was I was working at a zoo, and I was inside this raptor, and I'm, like tilting around, and I'm looking at kids and stuff. I'm snapping at kids, and then I tilt my head to the right, and I see my parents and my kids, who I
Oh,
didn't know were coming to the zoo. And they had driven and came to the zoo, knew where I was going to be at, had talked to people that were working in the company, and I didn't know, but in order to find out when I was coming out,
oh my God.
and just turning, and I'm, for a split second, like, you've been in the situation being an actor where you
Yeah.
don't want to break.
Yeah.
For a split second, I almost broke.
Yeah.
But then I remembered I was a raptor, and I charged after my dad.
And yeah.
I spooked him, and I spooked my daughter when I did that too.
Oh,
And
that's
that
good.
was a very great moment.
Oh my
So,
goodness. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I've done a few costume characters as well. Nothing near as fun as that. And this was back when I was younger. I would not do a costume character at my age. It's a little taxing.
yeah,
I,
it's
yeah.
no, I think just like anything, it just takes a little bit of time, practice. I knew a gentleman, a very beautiful man. His name is Gary. He loved dressing as different characters. He helped us through that company, and and I saw him get into some of those dinosaurs too. And man, I believe he was late 60s, early
Okay.
70s,
Okay.
and just an absolute treasure of a man. My dad just turned 78, and he is Santa every year, and does other costumed characters. So it's not many, but he's really indulged himself, and he's committed. He grows the beard, and so I mean, it's children can be any age.
Of
You
course.
just have to allow that child to be.
Yeah. Yeah. So Trip, listen, I am
Yeah.
so glad you did this for me. If anybody wanted to reach out to you, how would they do that? If they wanted to,
Yeah.
and if you would allow it.
Oh yeah. Definitely. I do have Facebook.
Okay.
Trip Elliott. 2 T's on Elliott, 1 P on Trip.
Right.
The S is silent.
I'll put a link in there for it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you want to reach out to me through there, will be getting a Twisted Art Facebook page going. Right now it's basically just through my phone number and email.
Okay.
And but that's basically that. If you want to get in touch with me,
that's cool. That's good.
I'm not a big I don't like social media, even though I understand its needs.
Yeah.
I look forward to the day that somebody comes on to Twisted Art that's all they want to do, and they really they find the art within social media and advertising and promoting and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, that'd be pretty fun.
Good. I hope it works out for you.
I appreciate you.
So last thing we're going to do is I'm going to do a quick round of questions, and then we're going to wrap this up. So quick round, just a couple. What you got? We talked about it earlier. Do you prefer drama or comedy?
I prefer comedy.
Okay.
very much.
Sure.
Yeah.
Coffee or tea?
Oh, coffee. Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
underrated movie?
Most underrated movie.
And I'm sure you got opinions here.
Oof. Damn. There's so many that I'm going to be letting off. There's so many that I find to be underrated because I don't know. It's just, I guess it's the people that I'm around. Let me just go from recent discussions. Honestly, Heavyweights is one big one for me. I know that's a Disney movie from the 90s. Have you heard of it?
I have not.
See? Ben Stiller if you've seen Dodgeball and his character White Goodman, in my opinion, it's my head canon that that the character he plays in Heavyweights, Tony Perkins, is basically White Goodman. Is White Goodman when he's first starting off into the manipulative gym dude. And then in the Dodgeball movie, his character is able to kind of remerge, but through a different name. And because it's absolutely amazing. It's just about him taking over a fat camp. And that was once a place of basically refuge for overweight kids. And but now he bought it out of the owners, and he's turning it into a fitness program.
All right.
And it is hysterical. Really
Sure.
is. It really shows a lot of those early Adam Covert's in it from Happy Madison production fame. He's in a lot of the Adam Sandler movies, but Grandma's Boy, most notably. So
all right, I'm going to check it out. Put it.
Yeah,
I'll
it's funny.
put a link as well at the IMDb page.
Love IMDb. I have been called a walking IMDb, which I wish. Sometimes I definitely have to check back on that app, but
all right, 2 more. Pizza or tacos?
Pizza.
Do you like pineapple on your pizza?
I do.
You seem like the guy.
Yeah, I love pineapple on my pizza. Rich. I really do, man. And not just pineapple though. It has to be among other things. But yeah, I love grilled pineapple too.
Yeah, that's not terrible. Just not on my pizza.
Hey.
Anyway. All right, if you're going to time travel, you're going to the past or the future?
Oh, future. No. I don't want to past. No.
I got it. Nope. Always look ahead, always move forward.
I want to check out the future. Considering you're talking about time and space travel, I have a very better opportunity for being able to land in an area that isn't necessarily murderous, or I guess I don't know. It's
who knows? Better. Could be anything.
It could be anything, and I would much rather embrace the fear of the unknown than embrace the known.
Right.
So yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, Trip, thank you again for doing this for me.
Yeah,
I'll link fun. Everything that we talked about, and it's all good. You've been a pleasure. I love talking with you when we meet. Can't wait to see you again, man.
Same, man. I look forward to the next karaoke night.
You got it. Trip Elliott, thank you so much for coming on. That was an absolute blast. What a great guy. I have fun every time I'm around Trip. Not only is he a talented performer, but he's just a great guy. He's always there to help out others. If you'd like to connect with Trip, I'll link his Facebook. You can talk to him about Twisted Art, balloon animals, and anything that we talked about here. I'm sure he'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed today's conversation, I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe, leave a review, and share the show with someone who loves theater, film, music, and entertainment in general. You can also follow Seen and Heard on YouTube or your favorite podcast app, as well as on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And all of those links are also in the description. So check those out. And if you yourself are a performer, a filmmaker, a musician, or just a creative with a story to tell, or you know someone who is, I want to hear from you. Reach out to me through social media that I mentioned before, or you can email me at podcastseenandheard@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. And until next time, keep creating, keep those stories alive.